Hey everyone, welcome back. So, get this. Higher education is getting a major facelift, especially at Savitribai Phule Pune University. They're rolling out a brand new 4-year undergraduate degree, all thanks to the new national education policy. So what does this actually mean for students? Let's unpack this new blueprint for success. This is really the question that kicks everything off. In the world we live in today, which is changing so fast, you've got to ask, is that classic 3-year degree really cutting it anymore? Is it truly getting you ready for the future? Well, the people behind this new policy are thinking, maybe not. They're pushing for something way more flexible, way more in-depth. All right, first things first, this isn't just some local change in SPPU. No, this is a massive, historic shift happening all across the country. We're talking about the National Education Policy 2020. So, what's the big idea behind NEP 2020? Look, it is not just about adding an extra year to college, not at all. The vision here is so much bigger. It's about tearing down the old rigid walls. We're talking about flexibility, letting you study stuff from different fields. That's multidisciplinary learning. It's about real-world skills, stuff you can actually use. And for those of you who are into it, it's about creating a real path into research. The whole point is to put you, the student, right at the center of it all and make sure our degrees can compete anywhere in the world. Okay, so that's the grand vision from the top. But how does it actually play out for a student at Savitribai Phule Pune University? Let's get into the specifics of SPPU's new 4-year plan. Now, they're not just flipping a switch overnight. This is being rolled out in phases, which is pretty smart. It actually started in the 2023-24 academic year for autonomous colleges and the main university departments. And now, for the 2024-25 year, it's rolling out to all the affiliated colleges. That really important 4th year? Well, that will start for each group a few years later, once the first batches get there. All right, this is where it gets super interesting. After you nail those first 3 years, you hit a fork in the road. You actually get to choose your own adventure for that final 4th year. It's all about picking the path that fits your goals. Okay, so what are the choices? On one hand, you've got the honors degree. Think of this as the deep dive into your major. You're going to specialize like crazy, and it comes with a mandatory internship, so you get that hands-on experience. Then, on the other hand, there's the honors with research degree. This one's for all you future scientists and academics out there. If you're dreaming of a PhD, this is your track. The big thing here is a massive 12-credit research project. You're basically doing a mini thesis. So what's your degree actually made of? It's not just your one major subject anymore. The whole curriculum is built on these 6 pillars. You've got your major and minor subjects, of course, but then you'll also take courses from totally different fields, pick open electives, and even get vocational and skill-based training. It's all designed to make you a well-rounded person, an expert in your field, for sure, but also someone who gets the bigger picture. Okay, credits. You're going to hear this word a lot, so let's break it down. How do they measure all this learning? It's through something called the National Credit Framework. It's pretty simple, really. 1 credit in a theory class means you put in 15 hours of learning. For something hands-on, like a lab or a studio class, 1 credit equals 30 hours. It all adds up to about 40 credits a year, which is around 1,200 hours of learning. It's just a clear way to measure your work. Now we get to my favorite part. This is probably the biggest game changer of the whole system, the flexibility. This is huge for your future. Check this out. This is what we mean by flexibility. They call it multiple entry and exit options. So let's say life throws you a curveball and you have to step away after just 1 year. You don't leave empty-handed. You get a certificate. Stick around for 2 years, you walk away with a diploma. 3 years gets you a proper bachelor's degree. And if you go the distance for all 4, you get that top tier, honors or honors with research degree. It values your time and effort at every single step. So what's the bottom line? What's in it for you? Well, for starters, this 4-year degree is on par with global standards, which is a massive plus if you're thinking about studying abroad. It's also designed to make you way more employable, with a real focus on skills employers are actually looking for. And, like we said, if you're a research-minded person, it gives you a straight shot into higher education. It's all about opening more doors for you. Okay, so that 4th year sounds amazing, right? But it's not a free pass. You have to earn your spot. Let's go over the rules. Here it is, the magic number, 7.5. You need a minimum CGPA of 7.5 across your first 3 years to even be considered for that 4th year. This is the first big hurdle. So here's the full checklist to get into year 4. First, obviously, you have to pass everything from your first 3 years. Second, you got to hit that 7.5 CGPA. Third, and this is a big one, zero backlogs. No AKT, none. You need a clean slate. And last, you have to be registered on the Academic Bank of Credits portal. Think of it as your digital wallet for all your academic achievements. And don't worry about any funny business. The whole admissions process for this 4th year is designed to be fair, totally transparent, and based completely on merit. Every college will have a committee to make sure of it. You know, this quote from Dr. Rahul Karat's analysis just hits the nail on the head. He says it's not about adding a year. It's about making education better, more relevant, and getting you truly ready for what's next. That's the whole philosophy right there. So when you think about it, this is so much more than just one extra year of college. It's a whole new blueprint, a new set of tools to build your success. It gives you depth, skills, and choices we just didn't have before. So the real question isn't about the system, it's about you. How are you going to use it? Thanks so much for tuning in.